The amphitheatre was actually carved out of the underlying rock, and it was built in the 2nd century AD. And if you were there at the time, and no, I wasn't, before you say anything, you would have seen gladiators and wild beasts, and also public hangings and executions. Lovely stuff. It appears to be right on the seafront from the views that I've got here, but there is in fact a road, a railway line and a walking promenade between the back of the amphitheatre and the Mediterranean. Back on the Wirral and in the Wallasey Town Hall area, I've come to look at the development that I reported on last month. There just happened to be a wall mural here of the local scouts, but turn your eyes to the right, that's the top of the Town Hall. The Town Hall has been closed to the general public since 2020, and the Wirral Council confirmed last year that it was £8 million behind on repairs. We're looking at this from the main road, and last month I told you that 2 council buildings, one to the left and one to the right, were being knocked down. Now the one on the right is completely knocked down. This is the one on the left. They're still demolishing the building, but you can't really see much over the fence, so we have to go higher than that and take a look down from above. We've come down the road along the side of the town hall to the building that's nearly demolished, and you can see there are houses already on the front. So these new properties will be what the Spanish would call second line to the sea, only it's the River Mersey in this case. Looking down these side roads, you will see various boats going past on the river, from cruise liners to the Stena line, which runs between Wallasey Docks and Belfast. From Liverpool's Pier Head on the other side, there's the Manxman, the ferry across to the Isle of Man, and various cruise ships coming to Liverpool from time to time. So this is the other side of the town hall, where the original building is completely demolished, and as we swing through 180 degrees you can see how close the site is to the riverfront. The nearest pub just along the promenade is called the Ferry. When I lived on the promenade in the 70s it used to be called the Egremont Ferry. The signpost confirmed that the pub is a quarter of a mile from the town hall quarter, so there you are, not far to stagger home at night. And as we zoom away from the long shot of the Ferry pub, you can see the building which our first floor flat was in on the corner of this road here. If you look at the building from the other side, and I'll show you the kind of views we used to get of the river as I swing the camera around and look out towards the Irish Sea. There's no wall art down here on the promenade, but I did find some bench art, and if you look at this more closely, this may give us a clue as to where to look for our next piece of wall art. So I've found another piece of wall art, wall mural over there, and the council have put a sign in the way about reurbanisation, so we can't quite see all of it. However, it did draw my attention to the fact that they're re-urbanising, whatever that means, an old street, which is quite an interesting little job. And then, changing the subject, I found a train to play with. Well, actually, you can't get to play with this one because it's behind a glass screen. But it's called Tarragona, which is the old Roman name of Tarragona. And I presume this is an original Renfe engine because it's got the Renfe name on it. So there we are, bit of railway history here in Tarragona. The area I was standing in has these 2 long streets as you saw on the map, and reurbanisation is a direct translation of the word the Spanish use, but I don't know if we'd call this redevelopment or refurbishment, but they've obviously closed off the street. They're going to do some work on it, and that means we'll have to come back and see how they did it in a year or two's time. As you could probably tell, the amphitheatre I showed you before is down at sea level, but most of the city centre is a level up from that. If we look down from the balcony at the end of the main street, you can get an idea of how far below that the gardens along the front are. and you can also see the road, railway and the promenade walk. Being up on the balcony level, you can walk along, get some great views out to sea and around the town, and there are lots of seats to sit on and take a rest and cool off from the sun, and there's even some entertainment taking place on many of the days we visited.
Pues nene, ¿estás diciendo que te vas? Pues agarra los 3 trapitos y vete. Y las boquitas de la nieve, las que trajiste. Gloria a Dios. Aleluya. Goodbye, baby. Se fue.
So I'm in the business of finding out bits of wall art, so I'm standing in front of one now. We're still in Tarragona in Spain on the coast, and there are people all around, there are pigeons all around, and it's obviously an ideal place to walk your dogs because behind Ruth, who's holding the camera, there are dogs going past all the time. They also do a lot of graffiti here. It's a bit high up for you to see, but there's graffiti on a wall up there. And there's other wall art around Tarragona, so as you know, I'm on the lookout for that, and I've started calling that the Maythorn Monthly Mural.
Pues nene, ¿estás diciendo que te vas? Pues agarra los 3 trapitos y vete. Y las boquitas de la nieve, las que trajiste. Gloria